Good morning, we are live from Munich with Marijo Bee, Product Director for Apparel at Salomon headquarters. Thank you very much, Marijo.
Well, thank you very much for having me, and it's a pleasure for me to talk to you through our new S-Lab story.
All right.
So if you're familiar, we've had S-Lab, which is working with our athletes for a very long time, and our concept used to be a patent-rated twin skin short, which is where you have your compression tight completely sewn in to your outer short. Very successful and very performing. But what we found out in talking to our athletes is that they wanted to have a little bit more choice, not just for the actual race, but for training in different conditions. So we worked with our athletes for 2 years. We had a lot of sessions with them to see what would be the perfect concept for them to train and to race. And what
was there any specific runner that was a leader, or like either male or female, or it was just a team effort from many of the runners?
It was a team, of course. Kilian is always very progressive and very demanding also, which is great because it really helps us, and he has very specific needs. We have Francois, who is more long distance. He's also very much taller and he has different needs, and we have athletes from the US who also have different needs. And on the women's side, yes, we have a few athletes who help us also develop the women's range in a different way than in men's. So what we came up with was a different system where you would choose your inner short and then combine it with an outer short. So if you start with the inner short, you have different needs of compression. You have our EXO technology, which is the most compression, and we worked on this as well. I don't know if you can see, where EXO before used to be uniform, so it was all like this area here, and now you can see there's different density. There's parts where there's more and there's parts where there's less. So there's parts where it's more dense, and this took us a good 1.5 years to work to make sure that we had the right level of density in the right level of your body to enhance your performance, your comfort, and your endurance over time.
Why did you choose to keep polyurethane as the main binder? It has been criticized for not being that as breathable as other textiles.
Because it's still the best that we have today to bring the level of compression and support that we want. However, we worked a lot on areas where you don't need support with 37.5 technology, extreme breathable fabrics to give you the highest level of comfort. We are working on what is the next step, but it's a long process for us to work and develop. So the concept here is you have the most stability in the lightest construction possible, and giving you the support and stability in the right way where you need it. Then you can choose your short to go with it. So, and the outer short portions, I don't know if you can see, but it's perforated fabric. So it is extremely breathable and very, very lightweight. The construction is minimalistic, so that you just get, because you cannot run like this, this gives you the coverage that you need without compromising breathability and still keeping lightweight. So in fact, the work that we did with our athletes here was in different variations of shorts, which was the ones that you felt the least, so you would almost forget that you're wearing it. And then you have different lengths, so either longer length because maybe you don't want to see so much of the technology, or a shorter length if you just want to be more discreet, but you really don't want a short that is long. For example, Kilian likes the shortest, lightest, and Francois likes longer. You have different lengths here as well too, depending on how much you want. If that's a personal choice, or either for longer distances, you might want a little bit more support. have a short without the exo technology, but that's still with the fabric, gives you some stability. And on the inside, to add more stability, as you can see here, the lines. So from the outside it's invisible, and the inside it gives you areas of stability and muscle support where you need, but less than what you need here. And that is really, it doesn't matter on distance, it's just about your preference and your personal need. Some athletes like to wear this to train and this only for the race. Another particularity to all the bottoms is that you can store, you have some storage for your gels on the inside of your short, so on both sides, so that this way you're not adding weight to the outside and it's close to your body, it doesn't move, and you don't feel it as much.
Some brands added the extra pocket at the front of your tights. Did you consider moving it away from the hips to get extra pockets, or did you not consider?
We try different positions all the time, and this is just the best position where athletes feel they don't notice the hydration, they don't notice the weight, and it's most efficient for them. If it's on the thigh, you have to do more movement to go get it, and it can be sometimes bothersome on the legs. Something else is, so you would have your outer short that sits a little bit below the waist of your inner. And then what ties the system all together, I don't have the sample, but is a belt. It's extremely lightweight. It attaches at points on your back and on your front, and all around the belt you have storage. You can store either gels or hydration. It fits very comfortably in this area, so again there's no movement and it's very lightweight. You of course have the option to just snap on the belt and put nothing in it, or to wear the system without the belt if you have hydration on your vest. The last one I have here in a women's version is a very, very lightweight inner. So this is really just lightweight underwear, 37.5. It's extremely breathable, fast, dries very, very fast. For example, Killian, not this one because it's women, but prefers this fabric with a shorter short because he prefers running long distance with the least amount of feeling that he has extra clothing as possible. Some of our other athletes that might prefer more stability will train in something much lighter weight. So this option gives you the ability to have a set that you can mix and match, whether you're running long distance, training, or depending on weather conditions. If it's very hot, maybe you want to wear the most minimalistic because you don't want to have any extra materials to make you sweat. Just like we've been very famous with our tops that have been extremely lightweight and breathable. So our goal is always to give you the protection that you need and the least amount compromising the human body, so you can just concentrate on your training and your body.
Will you have the full range available both for men and women?
Yes.
All of the range?
All of the range. And as I mentioned, the pieces for women's are very specific. So we work with our women athletes in terms of shape to find what is most comfortable for the women, instead of taking a men's short and saying we make it smaller for women. So it's really been working the ergonomic shape of a woman to make it the most comfortable on the body.
How far would you say we are still from the 50-50 split as for male and female runners out on the trails?
Oh, the actual participation?
Yeah, more or less.
it's getting closer and closer. I think it depends on the distance, but you can find in shorter distances that men so if you do an ultra, it's still very much men dominated, but smaller, there's a lot shorter distances, there's a lot of women that are getting into trail running. And I think it's a reason of many things. It's become more accessible. It's become, well, the clothing is more appropriate, so it's a lot nicer for women to do the sport. And the more trail running becomes accessible and the races offer more races that are also shorter distances, more women are getting into it.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to point out about the new developments? Must be exciting to see it out there.
Yes, it's very exciting. So it will be in retail starting April. And where we've put it, we want to make sure that we can have a full display to explain the modularity of the concept. And the most important is also training the staff to make sure that we can lead our customers in choosing. So we do have aids from our athletes that say, in this practice, I choose this set because I was running this distance, say I was running a 30 kilometer in hot weather, I didn't have a lot of elevation, this is what I was looking for. So this way it helps the consumer choose the best kit for them.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, lovely, and well, just dying to put it to the test.
Yes, thank you very much.